And I'm going to hit record here, and I want to kick us off and welcome everyone to our call. Thank you for attending. We're up to 53, 54. So thanks for everyone for being live. It's much better to be live than to just watch the recording. And we have a very special guest, Keichun Graves from Team Beachbody Corporate. She is the sales manager for the Southeast. You might have heard her on the National Wake Up Calls, or maybe you were at DC Super Saturday and you saw her there or somewhere else. But she's a very dynamic speaker, and I've asked her to come, pump up our team for the end of the year push. And I will go ahead and turn it over to Keichun.
Awesome. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Greg, for the introduction. Hello, Team Engage. How are you guys? I think everyone's on mute, so I'm going to assume that everyone is feeling fantastic.
Yeah.
I just prepared something really quick, maybe 20 minutes of your time, and then I'll pass it back over to you guys. Again, like you mentioned, I'm Keichun Graves. I do work for Beachbody Corporate. I'm your Southeast Regional Manager. I work with Craig Collier, who's the director of the region. I personally work with the 2 through 5 star diamond leaders, goal setting, strategizing, masterminding, and putting coaches together so we can all brainstorm and collectively work and hold each other accountable, as well as some one-on-one accountability. So if you are 2 through 5 and you're in that Southeast region and we're not working together, reach out to me. I'm the only Keichun Graves on Facebook, and I would love to start working with you. So anyway, tonight I have prepared just a little piece about a champion mindset. All right, so if you're on this call, that really tells me, because it's 9 o'clock where most of you guys live, that you've made an outward commitment towards achieving your goals. The fact that you've made the sacrifice. You could be doing a million things. It's, bedtime, tucking your kids in, family time, dinner time, right? But you've made the sacrifice to be here live or listen to the playback. So that really lets me and helps me believe that you all have what it takes to be champions. So tonight, for about 20 minutes, I just want to briefly gut check your champion mindset. So Roger Clemens is a baseball genius. I don't know if you guys know him, but he's a top 50 baseball player of all time. He is one of only 9 to score more than 1,000 strikeouts. He spent almost a quarter of a century playing in the major leagues, about 24 years. Just a true holistic champion. He once said that anything is possible if you have the mindset, will, and desire to do it, and actually put the time in. So Team Engage, we have about 64 days left until 2016. Now, that should not scare you, because there's plenty of time left for you to accomplish the goals that you set for yourself earlier this year, but this is go time. This is not the time to let off the pedal. It is time to turn up the intensity, and Team Engage, we've got to leave it all out on the field. Now, I am very familiar with turning up the intensity and leaving it all out on the field. As a matter of fact, here's a fun fact about me. Greg knows I like to talk about myself. I've been a runner for my entire life. Since I could pretty much walk, I ran all throughout college until I graduated from college. And once I started walking, I pretty much started running. I was in summer running clubs, and by the time I was 11, I think, I started running year-around. So cross-country leads right into indoor track season, which leads right into the outdoor track season. It was literally a year-round thing. And there was one thing, though, that, I don't know, maybe it was around middle school, I did something that became kind of known as my thing, and it was the way that I finished my races. And I'll tell you how this came about. It started way back when, and if I have any runners, especially track runners, you can definitely relate to this. I led this entire race, guys, and we were running a mile, so that's 1,600 meters. And then the girl on around the first turn on the third lap, the girl behind me noticed that I had hit a wall, and I had slammed into a wall. But I still maintained the lead. It was growing smaller by the millisecond, but I still maintained that lead. But like I said, she knew that I was dying. I was really giving her all the signs. And so on that first turn, on that third lap, she caught me. And guys, she caught me right before the last lap. So I led most of this 1,600 meter race, and we had about 450 meters left to go. So again, if you guys know anything about track, you know that typically right there at that turn, that's where you have your coach and your team at that finish start line, and they're encouraging you. Your coach is there yelling out your splits and your times, and that's also where the bleachers. So that's where your team stands. That's where their team stands. That's where the opening to the track is. That's where the fans are. And it just seems like everyone is right there in your face. And as soon as this girl passed me with 450 meters left in this 1,600 meter race, after I led the entire race, the crowd went wild. I mean, the crowd went wild, guys. And I immediately made eye contact with my coach, and I read his lips, and they said, "You better go." And then I heard my mom from way up in the bleachers, which was kind of unreal because my mother was normally there running laps with you. She was one of those crazy moms. But I heard her way up in the bleachers saying, "You better not let that girl beat you, Keichun." And guys, I heard them, and I did not want this girl to win either because I had big goals and I believed in me. And so with 200 meters left in this 1,600 meter race that I had slammed into this wall just a few meters before, I leaned in and I leaned hard. And at that point, this girl, she had gained about 15 to 20 meters on me, but I kicked it in like I had never kicked it in before, like I was running a 200-meter sprint. I completely forgotten about the wall I had just slammed into, how my legs felt like concrete jello, how I could barely even lift them when I initially slammed into that wall, when I was giving her all the signs, "Hey, come and get me," right? Completely forgetting about how embarrassed I was in front of the entire crowd when they went wild as she blew past me after I led the entire race. But I believed in me. And I wanted the title more than I cared about the pain. And if I died, because guys, that was legitimate concern in my mind, I knew that I would have died leaving it all out on the field. So despite that wall I had just hit maybe 500 meters ago, I kicked it into a gear I never even knew existed in my body. And with that sweat mixing with those tears and my tears turning into fuel, I propelled it, I pulled it off, and I actually won the race. And I didn't die. I actually lived to tell Team Engage about it tonight. And so from there on out, no matter what race, no matter where I was in the race, whether it be first place or last place, I finished with a kick that was so strong and so powerful, whether I was competing with that girl, or just competing with the clock. I finished it with a kick that was so strong and so powerful, it left myself and others in awe. Why? Because even as a kid running that 1,600 meter race, I had big plans. I wanted to go to college. And this why had been embedded into my mind since I started running. I can still hear my mother now, and I heard her voice as I ran. "Keichun, if you want to go to college, you better run fast." And guys, unfortunately, that's the only thing I believed. And so that was my why. I had no other choice but to believe in me and my why, and that I was a champion. So what do I want you all to take away from this story? Well, I have two big takeaways. The first takeaway is to set yourself up to be in the position to move positively towards the attainment of your goal. And guys, there are no shortcuts to achieving it. There are peaks and valleys towards achieving it. And there are people watching you. And there are fans on the sidelines. And guess what, guys? Some of them may be rooting against you. Do the basic business producing activities daily and consistently, especially when things get tough. That's the way you set yourself up to be in the position to move positively towards the attainment of your goals. Or like our keynote speaker from Summit says, put yourself in the place of highest potential, DeWitt Jones. And one way to set yourself up for maximum success is by achieving Success Club. You know, I overheard someone got taken off of the wait list. I think that is awesome. Do you guys know that people are going on vacations for the first time ever with their families because they committed to helping 3 people every month, or 3 or more people every month consistently with the challenge pack? Success Club, period. It needs to be a must-happen goal. And inviting is the only sure way to make sure that it happens. And here's a fun fact for you. If you're planning on being a Beachbody coach for the next 2 years, you can increase what you're currently doing, what you're currently earning by 234%. That's by helping 3 or more people consistently with the challenge pack for the next 2 years. You can increase your income, and that's at least 72 people that you could have potentially helped and saved. So from here on out, never miss it. Be consistent with it, because I think that if we worked for someone else and our goal was to help 3 people every month, and we didn't, we'd be fired. And the fact is that you don't work for anyone else. This is your business. Ignite your power to be the person you desire. Think back to your why, right? When you hit that wall, think back to your why daily. Whatever your goals are, Success Club has truly just been proven to be a great tracking system to ensure you hit your goals, not your uplines. So if it's to help 3 people, why not strive to help 3 people every 30 days? If your goal is to get your Shakeology free monthly, or to earn an extra $100 monthly, strive to help 3 people with the challenge pack every 30 days. That's how you do it. And guys, Success Club wasn't some thing that Carl and John and Jeff and Michael were sitting in a room and said, hey guys, what do you think about 3? And call it Success Club. No way, guys. Success Club wasn't some random thing that was put together. Success Club came about because we studied the trends of our top producers. We identified that by them helping 3 people consistently every month with the challenge pack, it propelled those leaders to be in positions where they were able to live healthy and fulfilling lives, regardless of what their goals were, right? So how do you do it? Digest this information. Digest the information from your trainings, because I know that you guys have the tools. If you're on this call, I know you guys have the tools. So figure out what you and your team can implement that's authentic to you and your culture, and then do it. And I hope that you guys realize how fortunate and blessed you are to be a part of a team that's so amazing as Team Engage, right? Because I know without a doubt that the tools and the resources are there. Everything that you need to succeed is waiting on you to digest and implement. Be empowered knowing that you have access to that and that you don't need to reinvent the wheels. Be empowered to know that you have access to Coach Basics 2.0 in the back office, that you don't need to reinvent the wheels, because it doesn't happen on every team. It doesn't happen in other companies, right? Every team doesn't have a leader that's willing to fail forward, to bump his head, to go through trials and tribulations, to go through numerous peaks and valleys, so that you don't have to. But you have to be humble. You have to digest the information that you have, and then you actually have to implement it and take action. So we're going to help 3 people every month with the challenge pack, period. And then we're going to duplicate this and teach our coaches to be the same, because that's what leaders do. And that's what you are. You got this. So setting yourself up to be in the place of highest potential also means Fall Classic. And here's some fun facts for you. Those who participate in Fall Classic generate 7 times more volume, see 14 times more rank advancements, earn 12 times more income than those who don't participate in Fall Classic. Not to mention all the fun that you have and the prizes and the bragging rights, right? This is a must-do activity. It's a no-brainer. So get your team together, teams of 3, and register tonight. That's how you set yourself apart. You continue to plant the seeds now, to cultivate the relationships now. You continue to have fun and inspire people to achieve their goals and live healthy, fulfilling lives now. October, November, December, even if it is tougher. And if you're on this call, like I mentioned, I truly believe that you're champions, you're leaders, and so I challenge you all to lead your own classic team, because that's what leaders are. And leaders, not you. Why not go after the title? What makes you different than any other winners of Classic or Team Cup? And if you fail, Look how much further you've come, how many conversations you started, how much you've grown, how much you've learned, how much fun you've had with your 2 other friends who are on the team with you. That's why you set those big goals. That's why you go after the title, to gut check yourself, to have fun and push your friends along the way. It's about the person you become in the pursuit of achieving that goal and the fun you have along the way. Fall Classic, Team Engaged, everyone on this call, get registered tonight, period, must do. And my second takeaway I have for you is to lean in and to finish this baby strong. Finish October strong, and definitely finish 2015 strong. Contrary, October ain't over till it's over. And there's still plenty of time left for you, everyone on this call, to get it done. It's time to turn up the intensity. Now, I get it. I hear it from coaches that I'm working with. This is a time of year when we do have to remember our why and frequently visit and revisit our goals and our vision boards. We really have to make sure that we're taking time for personal development and we're filling ourselves up and we're visualizing ourselves at the attainment of the goal. We're visualizing our family at the attainment of the goal. Right? This is the time where we really get to see who has it in them to achieve their goals. This is the time of year where excuses come up more often. It's a slow time of year. Kids are going in school, holidays, traveling, you name it, it can be an excuse. So what I want to challenge you all to move beyond those excuses. I want to challenge you all to replace those excuses with affirming words, because that's what champions do. That's what leaders do. That's what people on a mission to achieve their goals do, not your uplines, your goals. And you have to be flexible in adapting to the change of speed. Perhaps you have to dig a little bit deeper to achieve goals that come easier in other months. It's okay. Champions adapt because our goals don't change with the time of year. Our goals don't change with the seasons. Goals and whys do not change with the seasons. This right now, this moment that you're in, this is when your history is made. This is when your plants are cultivated. This is how you make those amazing buds blossom now. It's October. It's slower. Who cares? Because what I do know is that 2 out of 3 people are overweight right now in the United States. What I do know is that there are people out there right now that we can help. But it's up to you, to everyone on this call and your team, to move beyond your excuses, to see through those excuses, because they need us and we need you. I believe in you. I'm that coach or that mom yelling way up in the bleachers that you got this. I'm that crazy mom running right alongside you if you're wanting to be run alongside, because I believe in the work we're doing. I do. I believe in our mission. I really do. But do you? Do you truly believe in it, even when things get tough? So what can you do? What can you do to lean in and to lean hard? You got to dial in your daily behaviors, guys. You got to stay laser focused on those business producing activities, and you cannot let those noises interfere with your progress. And what I mean by that are things that will not get you to the attainment of your goal. For instance, training is necessary. I don't want anyone going back saying Keichun said training is not necessary. But right now, it's not the time to develop and redevelop your training. But now is the time to ensure what is being taught is being implemented. It's go time. So some of you may be saying, hey, Keichun, I'm giving this all I got. You know, I'm gut checking myself along the way, and I truly cannot give this baby anything else. Well, first of all, team engage. If you're giving this baby all you got and you are gut checking yourself along the way, and by all means, we are helping as many people as we possibly can, and you are still falling short of your goals, I am so proud of you, and I hope that you are proud of you and the work that you're doing in regards to working towards achieving your goals and working towards helping other people achieve their goals and live healthy, fulfilling lives. Because like I said earlier, that's what going big means. That's what audacious goal setting is all about. It's not to beat yourself up if you don't hit your goals. No, it's to gut check yourself to ensure you're doing all you can. It's about what you've learned. How many people have you connected with? What relationships are you cultivating? It's about who you become in the pursuit of achieving that BHAG. But let's brainstorm a few ways to get it done. Reach out to coaches who may have dropped rank. Learn why. Revisit goals with coaches and customers and develop action plan strategies, action-based strategies to help them achieve their goals, not yours. Don't push your goals onto them. Be sure it's about them. Host a quick sneak peek or what if coaching webinar to introduce or recruit new coaches, or maybe even a sneak peek in the challenge groups in order to recruit new customers. But recruiting and finding people is something that you can control, and that's one thing that we can do is control the controllable. Have an accountability or push group for those coaches who want it with no fluff, business producing activities, accountability, brainstorming. What would you do? Let's do this. Help your team, help your followers, help your challengers earn a certain amount of money for the holidays. Being mindful of income claims, but teach them how to do it. Show them that there is a possibility, that they don't have to go around the corner to the payday loan people in order to afford a holiday for their children. Show them, but they won't know unless you get over yourself and tell them that it's fair. Step up and empower yourself as a leader. Manage up as a leader, because if you're on this call, that's what you are. The point I'm trying to make is make sure that you are researching and that you're studying and that you're having brainstorming and masterminding sessions with other leaders, and that you're Googling and you're YouTubing and you're taking a look at even different industries, and you truly are ensuring that you're doing all you can to achieve your goal and to fulfill this mission of helping people live healthy, fulfilling lives. And remember that those noises may also be your haters. In pursuit of living a healthy, fulfilling life, you will have haters, much like those ones who were cheering against me when that girl passed me in the mile race. We all have haters. And if you're doing things right, you should have haters. So don't be fearful about being you, especially on social media, because we're not selling something useless. We're sharing a life-changing solution. We're sharing the solution for the dad to be able to walk his beautiful daughter down the aisle. We're sharing the solution for the grandmother to stop taking pictures and to get in the pictures with her family. So know you and be confident in the work that you're doing and that it's coming from a good place, and keep pushing, because you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea. And when you start something new, your haters, and oftentimes, guys, our haters are the ones who are closest to us. And I think that they mock us because they know us. They know us. They know our history, right? Maybe we started several things and we've quit several times, but we have to show them that we're in this forever and that we will continue to be positive and post about what we're doing with our life, and that we will continue to share this amazing opportunity, because if we didn't, we'd be a disservice to our friends and our family who need to know that it exists. And if those haters don't want to see this amazing person you're becoming, then they're more than welcome to unfriend you. And I need for everyone call, every champion on this call, to be okay with that. And to know that I think, and this is just my theory, that it's because we've been programmed in America. We've been programmed to think and conditioned to think that you graduate from high school and you go to college and you get a job and start a family and then you retire, and you just, this vicious cycle. It's like the elephant who was attached to the plastic patio chair by the thin rope. There were no chains, no cages, just this thin rope, and it was very obvious that the elephant could get loose. And so there's a gentleman who was walking by and asked the trainer, why aren't the elephants like this ton-pound elephant trying to escape? And the trainer said, well, when they were younger, we used the same size rope, and at that age, it actually helped them. And so as they grow up, they're conditioned to believe that they can't break away. They believe that the rope will hold them, so they never even try to break free. Team engage. Let's break those chains and those generational curses. Let's show our friends and our family what it's like to be free and to dream big and to have fun and to help people live healthy, fulfilling lives. And even when things get tough, we continue to do it. Because being attached to that vicious cycle doesn't have to be there nor your reality. Excuse me. Greg and numerous other coaches have proven that it doesn't have to be. It's okay to lean in and to lean in hard in this business towards the attainment of your goals. It's okay to break away from that cycle. And those people who say you dream too big, they dream too small. So if you only live once, let's give this baby all you got. Let's lean in and lean hard every day. I don't believe that you're here by coincidence or chance. You were meant to walk into this opportunity. You were meant to meet whoever brought you into this. You were meant to lead and be a part of a team that was victorious. So team engage, don't let those noises interfere from you becoming the person you were meant to be. Kick that voice in the face. That voice that makes you resist getting uncomfortable. The voice who says you aren't worth it. The voice who says you can't do it. The voice who says you should be ashamed of yourself posting that before and after picture on Facebook. That voice. Kick him dead in the face. Because that's how you set yourself apart. That's how you put yourself in the place of highest potential. Because you are chance. And when you decide, commit, you will succeed. So don't be scared of your potential success. So I challenge you all as we end this call to turn the intensity, to kick it into a gear you never even knew existed in your body. And let's finish October and 2015 strong, knowing that things will get tough. It's inevitable that there will be ebbs and flows in life, and especially in business when you're the CEO. Break through that wall, lift those legs that may feel like concrete jello, and go after your goals. You already have all the workings to be triumphant. All you need to do is turn up the intensity. 2 things. Finish this month with Success Club. Register for Fall Classic. That's what champions do. That's what you are. That's how you turn up the intensity. I took a little bit longer than the 25 minutes that I expected, Greg, but that's all I got for you guys.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So 30 minutes, that's perfectly fine. You know, you can go an hour if you want to. But yeah, you're very inspiring, motivational. And it just makes me think, Keichun, that like so many just about every new coach that comes on our team, their initial goals is always, because we ask them to help people. You know, to help people and the discount. That's everybody's initial goal, pretty much. No one comes in and says, my goal is to hit SC10. You know, that's my goal of why I'm becoming a Beachbody coach, you know? And then once they start trying and they start getting no's and they start not hitting Success Club or whatever, then they think that they're a failure. So then they think they just need to quit. And I think the important thing, like Keichun said, you got to look at your goals of why you originally became a coach. You know, are you still getting a discount? Yes. Are you still helping people? Yes. So, you know, why does everybody feel like they need to quit if, you know, they're not hitting their Success Club 5 or Success Club 10, or people are telling them no, or people are, disparaging them or putting you down? It might be your spouse that is telling you, you know, you can't do this, you know, you're not cut out for this. But like she says, you need to, you know, kick them in the face. I mean, you have your why of why you're doing this, right? You know, don't let anybody pull you down. So I think it was very inspiring. Keichun, what would you say to a new coach who, is unsure about the Fall Classic, and, you know, they don't want to, they don't know anything yet, or they don't want to let their team down?
Well, that's the beauty of Fall Classic. First of all, you're not letting anyone down. You got to take the pressure off yourself, guys. Fall Classic is just a great way for you to have fun, to dive in, and to get to know stuff. And how great would it be as a brand new coach to team up with 2 other leaders where you know for sure you can reach out and say, hey, guys, I just got this interesting question. What do you guys think? It's just a great way to have fun, to team up with two other people who are going to love on you and support you and to dive in. You got to take the pressure off yourself. Fall Classic is about fun and a fun way for you to team up to achieve your goals.
Does anybody have any quick questions for Keichun before we let her go? No?
Well, if you guys do end up having any questions, again, I am the only Keichun Graves on Facebook. If you spell my name right, it's Keichun. And I am friends with Greg. So if any questions come up, feel free to message me or reach out to me.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And hopefully we'll get to have you back. I'm trying to set up a call series with Craig for November for like a push group, a mentorship group. And he might be tapping you for one of those calls. So.
Love it. Love it. All right. Well, let's do it, Team Engage. I was so happy and excited to be here. So thanks again.
Okay. Thank you very much, Keichun.
Thank you, Sean.
Have a great night, everyone.